Guys, welcome back. I'm so glad you've joined me today as I show you how I make chocolate dipped strawberries, some cake pops, and some sugar cookies. And I put together a really cute Valentine charcuterie board as well as some really cute DIY Valentine's decorations. So I hope you enjoy. Be sure to hit that red subscribe button down below and let's get into today's video. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm so excited to share it with you because I am having a Valentine's party for my family. I love making these types of videos. I'm starting off first by, I've already made my frosting. It came out a little bit too pink. I know you can't see how dark it is. It's almost a neon pink, but that is my frosting. And then me and my daughter made these lip-shaped cookies. My husband asked if they were bats. But they're lips, so we're gonna get to doing that. And then I use this little tip here. I can't see what number it is, but it's kind of got like this little, like, what do you call it, like a little pipe tip. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, I think it's like a number 4. It's a Wilton number 4 tip. I made this cake ahead of time as well, but it's a mocha espresso cake and it is amazing. I'll link that recipe down in my description box, and my daughter already mixed it up for me with some, it's just store-bought frosting. I think she put about 2 big heaping spoons. These are like serving size spoons of frosting in there, and basically you want this to get a kind of like a Play-Doh consistency. So I will show you like what cake mold I put that in, and then I let those set, and then I dip them in the frosting, or not frosting, but melted chocolate. So anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and get working so you guys can see how we get everything together. All right, so the next treat that I'm making, well actually, my daughter put these together for me, but are the little cake pops. This is the mold that we got from Hobby Lobby, and this is the way I do them. I know people do them differently, but we put them in here and then put them in the freezer for maybe like 10-15 minutes, and we've got them all lined up here. I have my chocolate all melted, and then I also got these really cute, let me show them to you, the package. So wafer heart mix, I got them from Hobby Lobby. So I'm gonna place those on the little cake pops. So here's the little cake pop, and I just dip it in the chocolate. And basically the same concept as the strawberries. You don't want a big puddle of chocolate under there, and you can like lightly brush that up against there to wipe off any excess, and then put on your parchment paper. All right, so now that I have dipped all of my cake pops, I do want to let that chocolate sit. So what I do with the remainder of the chocolate that's left, I pour it into a piping bag, and I cut a small hole on the bottom, and I do test out to see if the size of the hole is the size of the swirl that I want on my cake pop. So I do suggest whenever you're doing this to first start off cutting off a small hole, and then you can always cut a little bit bigger. So the trick to doing this is you want to apply any type of sprinkles onto your chocolate when it is still wet, so that way they can stick onto the chocolate. So moving on to my strawberries, I do put about 2 toothpicks in a strawberry. If it's a little bit bigger, I then hold back the green stem, and I want to dip my strawberry in as close to, when it's going into the chocolate, I want the chocolate to come up onto the stem as much as possible. And if you want some more in detail instructions on how I melt my chocolate and whatnot, I will link a video up here up on the top. It is how I make a chocolate dipped strawberry bouquet. But just basically the same thing with my strawberries. I want to dip in the chocolate, shake off any excess so I don't have a big puddle, so that way I don't have to go back and cut that off later. And then I want to just let the strawberries dry completely before I start adding on, my swirl of chocolate. You can do milk chocolate, you can do white chocolate, any color of chocolate that you'd like. Now, if you're going to swirl on the chocolate, if it's like a red or a pink color, I do suggest adding in coconut oil or some other type of like a thinning agent that is approved for chocolate, because I know the darker colors, if you buy the melting wafers like at, just say for example, Walmart, those chocolates do tend to be a little bit thicker, so I just suggest doing that. So again, same concept with the strawberries. As soon as I swirl on the chocolate, I want to add on my sprinkles. That way they can stick onto the chocolate when it's wet. Now, I do suggest not adding on a lot of sprinkles because the weight will, the weight of the sprinkles will run on the chocolate. All right, so sorry. So I already cut a hole in my pastry bag with my Wilton tip, and basically I just hold the tip up against there, and I don't cut it to the exact size because then it'll be too big, but just doing the same thing here, putting my bag in my cup, and then I'll put my frosting in there. All right, so as you see here, I was filling my pastry bag with my frosting. I filled it up too much. So I would suggest, if you're gonna do this, to start off with a couple spatulas of frosting, just because when your pastry bag is filled up too much with the frosting, it does become very hard to pipe out, being that you're going to be doing so much piping for these types of sugar cookies. So again, I would suggest not to fill up the bag so much. And then as you can see here, I'm just outlining the shape of a lip, and then I'm just going back and forth with the piping on both sides, and I will top it off with some sugared sprinkles just to give the effect of lip gloss on lips. Now moving on to the decorations, which is one of my favorite parts, I asked my daughter to write on here "Love is sweet" with a it's a chalk marker, and she did have to clean the mirror first with alcohol. It does look a little bit streaky just because of the way the angle is, and then she just went in and filled that in. She does a really great job with lettering and writing. I do not have that talent, so that's why I asked my daughter to do that, and I just thought this would be really cute going right above where we will set out all our treats for our Valentine's party. So the next DIY party decoration I'm going to do, this is, I've done something like this on a different occasion. I have that video. It is a DIY bridal shower party. However, I just thought I would add in a few more decorative elements. Now the tissue flowers, I bought those from Dollar Tree, and then the lanterns and the rest of the decor, I just found them on Amazon. I don't have the link. I'm sorry about that. But basically I'm using the same effect as I did for my daughter's bridal shower. I just used some poster board, taped that up, and then I'm first starting off by laying these out just so I can kind of see or get a feel for what or how I want to hang all of the little, like, I think they're called like waffle balls, and then the paper lanterns. Now I did end up thumbtacking them, especially the waffle balls and the lanterns, so I can reuse later. The tissue flowers, I didn't really mind hot gluing those. I did try hot gluing them, but for some reason they weren't sticking. I'm not quite sure why, but I am going to use the Velcro command strips to attach these. That's the same thing I used last time. It's really great to hang up on your wall. You don't have to worry about any damage to your wall or like nailing in the poster boards or anything like that. So as you can see here, I'm just starting off hanging up the top part of this, and then as I mentioned, I did first try hot gluing, but then I thought I would just thumbtack all of the decorative elements on there, so that worked great. I can just take everything off and throw away what I didn't need to save. So I started off on the top part in the evening after work, and then I finished the bottom part of that on the next day. And moving on to the other decor piece that I DIY'd, I bought a balloon garland from Hobby Lobby, and then I used these hoops that I have saved from some previous party decor. So I started off by airing up all of my balloons. Now I used the smaller ones that were in the kit because I'm gonna apply them to the hoops. Now I did get this idea from another YouTuber. I don't know why I never thought of it, but anyway, that's the whole purpose of us putting out these videos, to inspire you all and give you ideas for your next DIY party. So after I blew up all the balloons, I tied them into doubles, and then once I tied them into doubles, I then just kind of like twisted them around to kind of make like a quadruple. So I tied the doubled balloons around to make that quadruple look, and then I just kind of play around and add those onto the hoop. I didn't use any glue or anything like that, but I thought this is a really cute idea, you know, just to use as tabletop decor or even for like a dessert bar, something like that. But again, this is a really cute idea and doesn't take a lot of time to do either. So I'm using the rest of the balloon garland kit to create a balloon garland. Now I always use the little strip to make my balloon garlands. I still have not gotten good enough to make my own balloon garlands. It's okay, this works and gets the job done. And then once I'm done with this, I am going to, with the help of my two daughters, put this over the mirror where I will be putting all of our desserts for our Valentine's party. So once I set everything up for my dessert bar, I am going to go ahead and get together the charcuterie boards that I made all of the treats for. Now the X and O, I bought these from Hobby Lobby, and I did just hollow them out. Basically, I cut one of the sides out with an X-Acto knife. I can definitely see the imperfections in the letters, but it wasn't a big deal. I then just got in the little confetti paper and I'm putting that down at the bottom as a base, and then I will just start filling everything in with all of the treats that I've made, along with some pre-packaged candy for my family. Now for the big reveal on how everything turned out. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. This is some footage from a video I did last year. However, there are some parts that I did not include, and then I went into a little bit more detail on this video. So I hope that, again, this has inspired you. I look forward to bringing you, though, some fresh Valentine's content as well as some treats next week. So be sure that your bell notifications are turned on. And if this is your first time watching one of my videos, welcome. I hope you've enjoyed, and be sure to hit that red subscribe button down below. We'll see you again, friends. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along.